Imagine for a moment that your biggest goal, the one you've been working toward for years, could be achieved in just 10 months instead of 10 years. How would your life change? It sounds like a dream, but I'm here to tell you that it's possible. I achieved my goal in a fraction of the time it was supposed to take, and the key wasn't pushing harder or rushing. It was focusing on the present moment and applying principles that are timeless. Some from Buddhist philosophy, others straight from the Bible. The first principle that changed everything for me was mindfulness. It's easy to get caught up in the noise of life, but when you focus on the present, everything becomes clearer. Instead of being overwhelmed by the future or the past, I concentrated on each step, knowing it was the right one. As Philippians 4:6-7 says, "Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God. And the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus." This peace, this mindfulness, gave me the clarity and focus I needed to move forward with purpose. Mindfulness gave me clarity, but it wasn't the only thing I needed. I also had to face my deepest fears, the fear of failure, the fear of not being good enough. The Buddhist principle of impermanence helped me understand something crucial. Nothing lasts forever, not even fear. The fear I felt was temporary, and I could move beyond it. I learned to detach from the outcome and instead focus on the process, knowing that every step was progress. Romans 8:28 teaches, "And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to His purpose." When I started seeing setbacks as part of God's plan, my fear began to fade. Every challenge became an opportunity to grow, and I knew I wasn't alone. But how did I apply these principles? It wasn't enough to just think about them, I had to act. This brings me to right effort. In Buddhism, right effort isn't about rushing to the finish line, it's about consistent, thoughtful action. Proverbs 16:3 says, "Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established." I focused on putting in the right kind of effort, diligent, but not forced, patient but persistent. I didn't burn myself out. Instead, I worked smarter, staying focused on what mattered most. The results weren't always immediate, but every day I took a step closer to my goal. Of course, there were times when I doubted myself. The road was not always smooth, but in those moments, I turned to the principle of loving kindness, not just toward others, but to myself. It's easy to be hard on yourself when things aren't going as planned, but practicing compassion for yourself is key to overcoming challenges. In 1 Corinthians 13:4 it says, "Love suffereth long and is kind." This reminded me that love, both for myself and others, is patient. Even when I failed, I didn't give up. I forgave myself and kept going. And here's the thing, waiting for the perfect time won't get you anywhere. If you keep waiting for everything to fall into place, you'll be stuck forever. The truth is, you have everything you need right now to start. You don't need to be perfect, and you don't need to know every step of the journey. Start today. Apply mindfulness, let go of fear, put in the right effort, and practice self-compassion. You'll see how quickly things begin to change. And when you start making progress, don't forget to share your journey with me in the comments. What's the first step you'll take today? Let's take this journey together, supporting and encouraging each other along the way.